Have you ever heard that automation is the key to a safer world? We're told that machines don't get tired, algorithms don't panic, and software never forgets a procedure. The promise is simple. Take humans out of the equation and systems become faster, more reliable, and ultimately safer. But what if I told you this promise is dangerously incomplete? Across major industries, from finance and aviation to healthcare, automation has repeatedly introduced new unexpected risks, sometimes with catastrophic results. And this isn't because the technology failed. It's because this is how complex systems work. Let's start with a concept called normal accident theory. Sociologist Charles Perrow found that in tightly connected, complex systems, failures are inevitable. Why? Because the interactions are just too intricate for anyone to fully predict. Automation actually makes this worse. It speeds up processes and links everything together more tightly. So when one small thing goes wrong, the problem cascades faster and farther than ever before. Think of it like a single domino setting off a massive, high-speed chain reaction. Then there's something called automation bias. When a system seems super precise and objective, we humans tend to trust it, even when it's wrong. Studies in both aviation and medicine have shown that pilots and doctors are more likely to accept an incorrect recommendation from an automated system than to challenge it, especially when they're under pressure. An error that a human might have caught with their gut instinct suddenly slips through the cracks. All because we put too much faith in the machine. And here's the paradox. The more we automate, the worse we humans become at handling emergencies. When a system takes over all the routine tasks, our hands-on experience fades away. Our role shifts from being an active pilot or operator to just a passive monitor. And guess what? Research shows that just watching is cognitively harder than actually doing something. Our attention drifts and our skills decay. This has been a huge issue in aviation. Pilots who are trained to supervise highly automated planes can perform worse during a rare emergency because they're just not used to taking control. The system handles everything perfectly 99% of the time. But when it fails, the human is suddenly expected to jump in and flawlessly handle a situation they've barely ever encountered. Automation also concentrates risk. A mistake made by one person is usually a local problem. But a single faulty line of code in an automated system, that can affect thousands or even millions of decisions at the same time. We see this in financial markets. Automated trading systems, or algos, can take a tiny market signal and amplify it into a massive crash within seconds, far faster than any human could possibly react. These systems are built on historical data. They're great at recognizing patterns they've seen before. But they systematically underestimate rare black swan events because those events aren't in their training data. In other words, automation is an expert on the past, not the future. In healthcare, an automated diagnostic tool might improve the average accuracy, but it can struggle with weird, unusual cases. A doctor who over-relies on it might miss the very symptoms that signal a rare but severe disease. The system makes things more efficient overall, but it also makes us more vulnerable to those big, unexpected failures. So, who's to blame when an automated system gets it wrong? This is where it gets messy. Is it the operator who followed the system's instructions? The designer who wrote the code? The company that implemented it to cut costs? When accountability is unclear, it's much harder to learn from our mistakes. So, what's the solution? It's not to abandon automation, it's to understand its trade-offs. Automation is brilliant at repetitive high-speed tasks. Humans, on the other hand, excel at judgment, understanding context, and adapting to the unexpected. The most reliable systems in the world, like nuclear power plants and air traffic control, know this. They deliberately keep humans in charge of the most critical decisions. Automation doesn't remove risk. It just changes it. Failures might become rarer, but when they happen, they're bigger. They're less visible, but far more damaging. They happen faster and are much harder to stop. Real safety doesn't come from removing humans from the loop. It comes from designing systems that respect the limits of both people and machines and making them work together. Thanks for watching. If this made you think, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the technology that shapes our world. See you in the next one.